Rustrot. Chapter 1. Thunderhooked. From the field notes of Will-dried zombie fly comb. They warned me not to fish the lake when the sky turns green. Something about pressure, or spirits, or the deep things waking up. But the perch bite was hot, and my new pattern, Rustrot, was putting in work. The wind had died just after lunch, and the water lay like slick obsidian beneath my tin boat. I was jigging deep along the ledge, where broken rebar jutted like teeth from an old shipping dock long since reclaimed by rot and water. Seagulls drifted overhead, the kind of calm that comes before something bad. My rod tip twitched. I set the hook. At first it felt like a log, a slow, heavy drag. Then the log rolled, and the lake came alive. My drag screamed as the fish drove down and out, angling hard beneath the hull. I braced my legs, my hands locked on the cork. This wasn't perch. This wasn't walleye. It had weight, history. Sheepshead, I thought. Big one. But something was off. The fish wasn't fighting normal. It moved with a kind of rhythm, pulling in hard jolts. 3, rest. 2, twist, like it was rising from the bottom with intent, not panic. It slammed the rod tip down until the graphite whined in my hand. Then it surfaced. For one breathless moment, the beast broke the surface, and a bolt of lightning split the sky in half. The flash backlit the fish from above, and I saw it. An X-ray of bone, metal, and madness. This wasn't a normal drum. This thing looked rebuilt, scarred, hung with rusted spoons and twisted spinner arms that clanked and dragged like reanimated scrap. One eyeball socket glowed a pale green. A lead jig dangled from a hole in its gill. It wasn't just a fish anymore. It was a creation. Then the thunder came, so loud it knocked the breath out of me, and the fish, as if struck with life again, charged. The line cut through the water like it had purpose. My reel whined. A gull screamed and fell just behind the boat. Something had pulled it under without warning. The surface calmed, like it hadn't happened, like the lake was trying to forget. But I couldn't forget the sound of the bird's wings slapping the water, or the silence that followed. The wind returned, colder now, and the fog rolled in, thick and low. I could hear the long moan of a foghorn in the distance, the heavy churn of a cargo ship gliding just out of sight. The fish dove again. Rain hit in sheets. I wasn't just fighting the fish anymore. I was battling the storm. Every time the drum surged, the sky cracked. Wind gusts whipped mist from the water, blinding me. My knuckles bled from the line. My boots slipped on the wet aluminum deck. The rod bowed lower and lower, threatening to snap under the pressure of the thing that thrashed below. Then, for one long moment, it stopped. Stillwater. No breath, no sound. Then a groan. Not from the fish, from beneath it. I saw the hull of a barge pass like a phantom just beneath the fog. An old cargo ship with no lights, no crew, no sound but the lapping of water. As it passed, the fog thickened. The fish circled, and I saw its eye rise again, glowing, not with fear or frenzy, but with awareness. This fish wasn't running, it was testing me. Rustrot. Chapter 2. Bone wake from the storm log of Will-dried zombie fly comb. The rod bucked again. Not a jolt this time, a pulse, like the fish had synced itself to the thunder. My arms shook. My hands were raw. The reel screamed as the line peeled off toward the far end of the lake, dragging my boat with it. And I swear, as it cut through the surface, the water boiled behind it. Fog clung to the surface like gauze over a corpse. Through the mist, I could see the bones of the old shipyard. Steel I-beams, crane hooks, flooded concrete slabs, and rusting cargo hulls, long forgotten by the shipping lanes. The beast was heading there. Home. I tried to angle away, but the wind and the fish had made their decision. The lake narrowed to a gut of submerged junk and sunken platforms. Old ships half buried in silt, the kind of place where fish aren't born. They returned to. Then I saw them. Hooks. Dozens of them, embedded in the fish's flanks. Rusting broken lures and twisted leaders, bent mep spinners and stripped jigs. A glittering patchwork of metal clung to its body like armor or ritual. One spoon clattered against a slab of riveted steel, sounding not like tackle, but chains. This wasn't just a fish anymore. It was a construct, a bone wake, stitched together from the failed casts of every angler who dared to test it. The boat drifted into the wreck field. Thunder rolled over the waves like a freight train. My ears rang. Every cast metal edge I passed looked ready to gut the hull. I felt like I was drifting through a graveyard, a mechanical reef born from lost lines and forgotten stories. Then I felt the line go slack. For a moment my heart dropped. Had I lost it? I reeled in, fast, and that's when it rose. A massive wake surged under the bow. The fish erupted in a spiral 10 feet away, its body half-surfaced scales like tarnished copper, with a spine so warped it looked carved. The glow in its eye flared. Lightning flashed again, this time behind it, and I saw the full shape of the thing. Its jaw had once been torn open, now held in place by barbed wire. A spinnerbait was embedded in its gill plate, still flashing in the rain, and in its mouth, still pulsing, still glowing with water and tension, was Rustrot. The hook had held, but the beast had changed. It didn't move like a panicked fish. It moved like a purposeful predator. Each turn through the wreck was calculated, measured. My boat drifted sideways against the current. My gear slid toward the gunwale. I gripped the rod, dropped to my knees, and braced. The foghorn sounded again, closer now, closer than it should be. A long, low groan rolled over the wrecks as something massive passed beneath. No lights, no wake, just the shudder of water. And that's when I knew. This wasn't just a fish guarding a territory, it was a sentinel. I locked the rod under my elbow, wrapped the line once around my palm, and pulled. Rustrot, Chapter 3, Reclaimed by the Storm. Final entry from the storm log of will-dried zombie flycomb. The storm paused, not gone, just watching. My line held tight, but the beast below was still. The lake, once violent, now sat hollow and quiet. The fog curled like breath around the wreckage, and in that unnatural calm, something shifted. The line pulsed, not a tug, not panic, a command. The fish began to rise, deliberate and slow. Then it broke the surface. The water parted around it like glass, revealing the full horror. Its scales shimmered like old coins. Twisted metal still clung to its sides. Hooks, blades, bent spinners, spoons half swallowed into its flesh. This was no accident of nature. It was constructed, and in its jaw, glinting beneath the storm light, Rustrot, still pulsing, still perfect, still chosen. Lightning cracked behind it, painting bone beneath flesh. I saw into its structure, spine warped, gill plates pierced, its jaw bound with what looked like braided copper wire. A monster, yes, but more than that. A sentinel, a warning. It turned, then dove fast and deep, dragging the line as if reclaiming something sacred. I braced for another run, but it stopped. Halfway down, the tension disappeared. Not slack, not snapped, gone. I reeled in. The fly was missing. Only a single copper scale remained, flat, worn, pierced by the barb. The water was still again, but I was different. Weeks later, I found an old file in a dusty ledger. The copper sentinel of Stillwater, said to wear the tackle of the fallen. They'd seen it before, but no one had ever hooked it. Until Rustrot. Some flies catch fish, others summon monsters. Rustrot, it woke one. And every time thunder crawls back across Stillwater, I wonder if it's still waiting, rebuilt, crowned, watching. They say when you tie your own flies, you put a piece of yourself into them. But with Rustrot, I think something put itself into me. I still tie it, still fish it, but only when the sky's clear and the water doesn't whisper. Because the next time it answers the call, I'm not sure I'll make it back. And if I don't, tie one for me and cast it deep.